First of all, I love that sort of the evolution of medicine and what can be on the other side of it. And so for me, that looks like where there's functional fitness, there's functional medicine. I'm actually authoring the field of functional joy, and I call it functional joy because joy, when we think about how can we sort of um, how can we sort of support people's joy? Currently, it's through pharmaceuticals, it's through, of course, mindfulness practices. But is there actually a field of functional joy that we can train healthcare practitioners into as an additional certification so that they can actually go into every patient conversation, not just with functional medicine as a lens, but also functional joy as a lens as well. So I'm writing and authoring this entire curriculum at the moment around functional joy. And over the last many months, years, I sort of built out this whole rubric and have now designed this framework that I call biochem, which is sort of an acronym, biochem, which is interesting, biology, chemistry, the biology of your body, the chemistry of your mind. If you can really understand the functionality of both through the lens of joy, we can really biohack our happiness, right? So what does biochem stand for? The B in biochem stands for your brain. So your brain, how is your brain wired for joy? So I look at that through the lens of your D.O.S.E, an acronym that I coined, which stands for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. Your four happy neurochemicals spells out the word dose, which is crazy. And that lives inside the B of biochem, is how is your brain wired for joy? How can we actually teach our patients to unlock their happy neurochemicals through movement, through brain body biohacking, right? So we developed a whole program all around helping you unlock your four happy neurochemicals through not just talk therapy, but through actual movement practices, which we're the first ones to do in partnership with UC Berkeley and the Greater Good Science Center. So the B in biochem is your brain. How does your brain work? How can we really understand your brain? We developed a joy quiz as well that you would take to also understand what your neurochemical makeup is, so we can prescribe you the correct movement practices to unlock each neurochemical. So that's the B. The I in biochem is your identity. How do you identify yourself, right? Do you identify yourself as someone who is depressed, anxious, socially anxious, introverted, extroverted, joyful? What is your identity? Is your identity someone who is I am someone who is healthy naturally. I come from an unhealthy family. What is your identity? How can we really work on your identity as a human so that we can actually begin orienting your identity to joy, orienting your identity to more opportunities for wellness and community and positive, non-toxic relationships. So identity. What is your identity? So BI, the O is opportunity. What are the opportunities in your life? What is your opportunity to build a career for yourself that really aligns with what you're passionate about? What is your opportunity with where you come from socioeconomically? Do you have the opportunity to go to higher education? Do you have an opportunity to have good mentorship? Let's look at your opportunity in your life and where you came from. That's so important. Now let's move on to chem. The C in chem is community, of course. Who are you surrounding yourself with? You're as good as 5 closest friends you keep. I'm running through this very quickly, but it kind of gives you an example of like how we're thinking about functional joy, right? So community, who you surround yourself with. The H in chem is history. Where do you come from? Were you bullied as a kid? Did you come from an abusive family? Did you were you sexually abused? Did you come from a family that really supported you, that really gave you wings, that had a big family to surround you with? Did you grow up with your whole family abroad, with just your nuclear family? What does your history look like? Let's really dissect where you came from to understand your joy patterns from before, so we can then begin programming how we orient your joy for the future. The E is your energy. How are you cultivating your own energy? How do you see yourself energetically? Are you someone that radiates positive energy? Are you someone that radiates